The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 is finally official, and today we've got the reservation online, we've got the full specs and benchmarks, along with a first look at the incredible new flip phone from Samsung, so hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, we've got the reservation page online where you can reserve your Galaxy Z Flip 6 for free with absolutely no commitment to buy, just by putting in your name and email address. And by reserving, you're going to get exclusive money off the flip, as well as an entry to win a 5,000 Samsung gift card. Now, if you're even considering the Z Flip 6 or the Fold 6, then go ahead and reserve now on Samsung's website by clicking the link down in the description below or the card in the top right corner. Now, next up, before we get into the reveal, we've got the whole spec sheet leaked for the new Z Flip 6 from SmartPre. And this confirms that we've got a dynamic AMOLED with a resolution of 2640 by 1080 for the main display, and then we get a 3.4-inch cover display with a resolution of 720 by 748, and this is exactly the same spec as its predecessor. It confirms it's going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and it's going to come with the same clock speeds as the S24 series, and it's coming with a choice of 256 or 512GB storage, and then 12GB of RAM. The primary camera system gets an upgrade to a 50-megapixel primary camera with an aperture of f1.8, and then we get a 12-megapixel ultrawide with an aperture of f2.2, and then on the front we get a 10-megapixel selfie camera. It confirms Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, and USB 3.2, and the overall dimensions are 85.1 by 71.9 by 14.9mm when folded, and then it's 165.1 by 71.9 by 6.9mm when folded, and this means it's exactly the same size as last year, although it's ever so slightly thinner when it's folded. Now, next up, we've got the first look at the Z Flip 6 thanks to leaked official marketing renders, along with some dummy unit photos provided by 9to5Google via Sunny Dixon. Now, the dummy units show that, as we expected, the device does look similar to last year, and it also shows that the cover display panel is black for both of the color options. Now, with the Flip 6 opened up, again, it looks exactly the same as we were expecting, given that there's pretty much no changes to the width and the height of the Z Flip 6, but there is going to be less creasing in the center of the foldable display thanks to a brighter and more durable display. Now, unfortunately, I can't show the marketing images from Samsung, as this always results in my videos being taken down by Samsung, but they do confirm that the dummy units are 100% correct. Next up, we've got news that the Z Flip 6 could be increasing in price globally, and there are reports of a €140 increase for Europe and a $100 price hike for the USA. While Samsung have been working hard to keep foldable and flip prices low, it seems we are going to encounter a price increase this time around, with the base variant starting from $1,099 for the USA and €1,340 for the EU, and expect similar prices across all countries. Now, next up, we've had the Z Flip 6 appear on Geekbench, and it gets a single core score of 2,247, and then a multi-core score of 6,857, and this is for the variant with 12GB of RAM. Now, this means it's a 13.2% increase for single core and then 30% increase for multi-core performance when you compare it to its predecessor, although it's not as high as the results that I had for the S24 Ultra. Now, the official launch is going to be on the 10th of July. We're going to be seeing the Z Flip 6 along with the new Fold. We'll get the Watch 7 and the Watch Ultra along with the new Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. Now, as I covered at the start of the video, if you're even considering any of these devices, then I highly recommend you go and reserve now with no commitment to buy by clicking the link down in the description below or the card in the top right corner. But for those excited for the new Z Flip 6 though, we're now going to run through the full specs, design, and the expected pricing to help you guys decide which one is right for you. So make sure you hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6, we get a 6.7-inch foldable 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. While it's the same size as its predecessor, we're expecting improvements in brightness, color accuracy, and durability. It's coming with a resolution of 1080 by 2640, and it will of course be protected by Samsung's newest ultra-thin glass. There's also going to be less visible creasing in the new foldable display, as well as water and dust resistance. For the external cover display, we get a 120Hz dynamic AMOLED, and it's going to be protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 3. It's going to be a 3.4-inch display with a resolution of 720 by 748, and of course we'll see all the usual improvements like increased brightness and color accuracy, as well as the native app support for the cover display.
Now, the selfie camera is still unknown at the moment, but it's likely going to be another 10 megapixel camera. Then on the rear, it's a dual camera setup with a 50 megapixel primary camera and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. It's going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in all regions, and it's going to come with 8GB of RAM and up to 512GB storage, and this will of course be UFS 4.1. Now, it's coming with around a 3700 mAh battery, and while fast charging is still currently unknown, we're hoping for some improvements to both wired and wireless charging. In terms of connectivity, we get advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and ultra wideband support, and it's of course coming with One UI 6 based on Android 14. It's expected to launch from $1,050 and it's going to launch in August 2024.
So overall, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 is another refinement to the series, offering a similar design, some new and improved hardware as well as plenty of new AI features, and the new brighter display alone is going to make the Flip 6 much better for day-to-day use and a much better experience overall, especially when out in the sunlight, and of course more durability is always a bonus. Now, if the creasing in the center of the display is noticeably reduced, then it's going to give people a lot more reason to buy it. But given its similarities to the predecessor though, I can't imagine anyone with a Flip 5 is going to be rushing for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older Flip or looking to try out your first flip phone, then it's definitely going to be a great choice. Now, of course, launch is fast approaching and we're no doubt going to get more and more information as we approach it, and of course I'm going to be sharing it as soon as it comes in, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.